Our doubts are traitors, making us lose the good we oft might gain by fear of trying. William Shakespeare, Measure to Measure. How many of you have let fear stop you in the way of your dreams? Maybe you have a side project or a goal you're not actively working towards because of fear. As a recovering fearaholic, I would like to share with you 3 experiences that have altered the way I view challenges and have helped me to achieve and push myself beyond the point of fear. It all starts when I was a little girl, 8 years old. My family went to Six Flags Great America, and there was one particular roller coaster called the Demon that entranced me. It was everything a roller coaster ought to be. There were 2 loop-the-loops, a near vertical dive, and a corkscrew turn at the end. But as I waited my turn in line, my excitement turned to fear, my anticipation into dread. That by the time I crawled into the cabin, fastened my seatbelt, and felt that large metal bar clamp around me, clink, I simply changed my mind. As the carriage moved on, I said, "Dad, I don't want to. Tell him to stop. Make them turn around." Yet, despite my untimely protest, we continued our slow, treacherous climb to the top of the hill. Ka-clink, ka-clink, ka-clink. It was then that my father turned to me and said, "Erica, just remember these 3 things. 1, it's gonna be fun. 2, it'll be over soon. And 3, it is too late to change your mind now." Now you might think that this 3rd point is a little unnecessary, perhaps even mocking to a terrified child, but I got his message loud and clear. The ride would continue, whether I loved it or hated it, and no amount of whining from me was going to change that fact. He was right about the other 2 points too. It was over soon and it was fun. As I grew, I would remember these words, and they would be a source of comfort to me when I would take on challenges. As schoolwork got harder and harder, all I needed to do was remember that it was going to be fun, it would be over soon, and I couldn't change my mind now. But as I entered adulthood, I realized there are very few challenges in life with a literal point of no return. It seems very much to me that the road ahead is dim and uncertain, but the exit signs are abundant and blindingly bright. So, in order to compensate for this lack of point of no return, I realized that peer pressure can be a positive and negative force to help you achieve and to push yourself when there is no point of no return. I discovered this when I was 18 years old, and a few of my friends and I were talking about the things we wanted to do in life before we died. I wanted to go skydiving. A friend wanted to climb Mount Everest, which is to say we had no intentions of actually doing any of these things. The following day, a friend from the group said, "You know, Erica, I've always wanted to go skydiving too. Are you free Wednesday?" And instead of fessing up that I was completely fibbing and a closet coward, I decided to go along for the ride. And that following Wednesday, as I watched my friend fall belly first into the air, 13,000 feet above the ground, I realized that social pressure can be a good and a bad force in your life. Just like with the roller coaster, however, once I did the jump, I felt fabulous and wouldn't trade that adventure for anything. I don't have my notes. Okay. So, but certainly there are times that we're not going to want to entrust peer pressure alone to guide us in our endeavors. That can certainly be a dangerous thing to do. And I'm happy to say that I've discovered a force even more powerful than peer pressure. I discovered this force a mere 1/4 of a mile from where I stand now, a 1/4 of a mile away and 55 feet up in the air. There's something about heights that allows me to think very, very clearly. Many of you must be familiar with USF's outdoor rec Riverfront Park. Some of you might even know about the ropes course they have there. If you haven't had a chance to, I would encourage everyone to take this opportunity to go onto the ropes course. It's a series of challenges, some progressing in difficulty, starting from the ground and going up to the height of 55 feet, while you're obviously safely harnessed in. When you get to the top point, there's a bell that you can cling to alert everyone around of your triumph. When you're climbing down, you're given a choice. You can either climb down the same way you climbed up, or you can take the zip line down. Now, just like with the roller coaster and just like with skydiving, I was all about this challenge until it was my turn. When I got up to the platform, I told my friend, you know, I think I'm going to back off. I'm just going to climb down instead. He said to me, Erica, you owe it to yourself to do this. You just won't be able to forgive yourself if you don't. As he latched my harness onto the zip line, I looked first at the road ahead, the trajectory that I was going to follow, and then I looked down at what could go horribly, horribly wrong. As I looked down, he said, now step off the platform. As I took that first step, I knew in an instant he was right. The simple ability to make that choice on my own terms, for myself, by myself, is the greatest power I know. So now when I think of challenges, and I would challenge you all to, when you think about a challenge in your life, a fear, something that you want to do, remember these words. 1, it's gonna be fun. 2, it'll be over soon. And 3, we owe it to ourselves not to change our mind now.